Hey everyone, Azal here. So in this series of videos, we're going to talk about what I call ABCs of marketing. There are some general questions that when we talk to a new client, we have to answer. And I'm trying to cover them all for you here. Why some of the services that we offer are important, how they add value to the business, and how they can impact your business. The first one we're going to talk about is Google Business Profile. Why it is important and how it affects the business is very important for everyone. The first factor is that who is your client for the business? If you are a nail art or a beauty salon or a handmade product sales business, it's highly unlikely that people just search you on the Google. It might be the second stop, but the first stop is what we call portfolio, is your social media, where you showcase your products and the result of your work. So highly unlikely that the first step a client will gonna search you is go and search you on a Google unless they know about your business. But if I am looking for nail art or want to get my nails done, I go in social media and search. And I look at the result and I see if the business is close to me and if I like it and I can find the information and contact them. So if you are those type of businesses, I'm not saying the Google Business Profile is not important, but I'm saying if you don't have a location and an office and you are starting point of the business, you don't need to invest in Google Business Profile right away. It can wait for a couple of months down the road. But if you are a business that needs licenses, I'm not saying the other ones don't, but imagine plumbing, electrician, renovation, finances. These type of businesses, they require licenses to work, even if they don't have their own location and they offer the services to the client's location. So Google Profile tells me what? As a client, when I want to go ahead and search for you and I find your Google Business Profile that is visible, it tells me a couple of things. First, you have a business registration or a business license that has been verified by Google, so I can trust you. You're an actual business that exists. Second, if you have an address, even if it's not shown to your clients, it tells me that Google has checked your address to be valid and you have proven that that is your address on your business registration. So again, you exist, you're trustworthy. Third, if you have reviews, it tells a lot. So reviews are a little bit tricky. There are a couple of different important factors to them. One of them is how many reviews you have. When was the last time you had a review? Are your reviews good or your reviews bad? I'm not saying if you don't have enough reviews, no one's gonna choose you, or it's gonna be bad if your last review was from a year ago. I'm saying in a competitive market these days, these factors help you to increase your market size easier. When we look at the reviews tells me that if I can trust you or not. If you have over 100 reviews, automatically Google recognizes you as more trusting business. So what happens is your business as a business owner becomes searchable in Google more. Google actually suggests you to other people that are searching for the industry that you're working in. So it's very useful and important factor that businesses can use. But again, it's not easy to get 100 reviews. And we as a people know that just because a business have fewer reviews doesn't mean they are not worthy or they are not trustworthy. I, as a client myself, go to many places like a restaurant, an event, a coffee shop, whatever. And then I always forget to leave the review. Not me as a marketing person, I make sure to do that because it helps them. But most of the people do. And we know that the few review doesn't mean that the business is bad. But we know when we see more reviews, it gives us more confidence. The fourth part about it is the usage of Google updates and Google posting. So this might be new to some people. The Google posting is what have been used in the past couple of years as somehow a portion to the social media posting, but not actually the same. When you post on Google on a regular basis, it starts pushing you actually into the Google algorithm. You become more visible because You're telling Google that I am active and I am here and I am working, rather than a company or a business that has never posted or post Google posting once a month or twice a month. Google Updates, it helps you to offer and put updates. And when you see that for any business, you know that they have been in business for a while because they have multiple offers and updates that has been there. And again, using that tells Google that you are there and you are working. So again, it pushes you more into the Google algorithm, which is the most important thing for any business. The next part is that you having a working website or a social media link. Telling me that a Google business profile that covers all of these bases, it makes me trust them easier because at least I think they are putting the effort in. They have website, they have social media that I can check them, they have a verified address, they have updates, they have Google posting. So these makes me as a client that have no idea about your business more comfortable and more trusting towards you, comparing to a Google business profile that doesn't cover all the bases or doesn't have a social media or website or doesn't post that much. I'm not saying those businesses are not good. I'm saying that maybe those businesses rely mainly on word of mouth. Not a bad idea. But in this age, if you want to grow your business in a specific rate and you want to get to the desired result of your success, relying only on word of mouth is not going to get you there. You need to put in the effort. You need to use the tools that already is accessible to everyone to make your business stand out. When you do all of these and you also cover SEO, which will we cover in another video and dive deep in it. But if we want to just talk about it shortly, it's search engine optimization, which means that you need to use proper keywords to create organic link between your website and Google profile and other businesses. So that brings a lot of people towards you, but still, if you want to compare yourself to someone that is more competitive in your market, they are using Google Ads. We will cover that later too. The Google Ads will push you toward the clients that you want. But in Google Ads, likewise, like the Google business profile, the first 2 weeks that you're running it, you're not getting enough visibility. Google business profile takes 2 weeks to become completely visible for everyone around Google. If they search you, they can see you. It's the same thing for the Google Ads. It takes 2 weeks for the Google Ads to show you in the algorithm. That's why when you run the Google Ads for the first month, most of the time you're not gonna spend the whole money that you put as your budget. And if we want to be honest, the lowest budget on a Google Ads is almost 700. And most of the time, in my experience, I've seen businesses that when they run their first Google Ads and they never had a Google Ad before, they don't spend the whole 700 because it takes at least half of that time to be implemented in the Google algorithm. But we will cover that later. So there are many factors that the Google business profile can help your clients see your credibility and your value and how you invest in that. It helps you to get to your desired client easier and faster. If you want to learn more about it, there are the blogs, as I mentioned, and the links will be below if you want to read. And there are going to be other videos. So if you find it interesting, subscribe to find and watch the other videos. I hope you enjoy the video. Have a great day. Bye.